The time between Black Friday and Cyber Monday are some of the biggest consumer spending days of the year. Yet with all this spending, are we really enriching our lives and purchasing gifts that enrich the lives of those we love? And is all this spending making our lives any happier?
Greetings, friends! We are Farm Fit.
In most of us, especially those who live in the industrialized countries like the US, there's an underlying desire to just want to get more and more stuff. I know some of it probably stems from insecurities and fear and discontentment and greed. And I know that also is contributed with the fact that we're just bombarded with all these ads and commercials, just commercial after commercial, trying to influence us to buy things. And as Americans especially, we want to buy bigger and bigger houses and then fill each room with more and more stuff. And it's almost like a status symbol to have a certain amount of stuff. And we think that stuff makes our life happier when it actually really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. When we lived in our house, we figured out that real quick that we were only using like 3 rooms. Our bedroom to sleep in, our family room is what we called it. We had our TV and our computers, so it was like home office stuff, and then our kitchen. That was, and maybe our living room when people came over, but that was it. And like, why do we need to heat all this space? Why do we need to cool all this space? Why do we need to spend our money doing that when we could have a smaller house and have more life and less stuff?
A lot of times you don't really consider it and think about it until you're faced with something where your life has to change. And then you begin to evaluate more and more what really matters. And that happened with us when we were making the decision, as I was having a career change, and your passions and things that you want to aspire to achieve began to change as we were having children. We began to see the direction that we wanted our lives to go, and looking at where we were, we realized that, hey, this isn't what we want our lives to really be about.
It was really eye-opening to us. Whenever we moved out of our house, we sold most of what we had, so before we even left the house. And so when we moved into the yurt, we just realized that we had so much more junk, stuff that was adding nothing to our life except taking up space. And so we still keep getting rid of stuff. Everything, you know, when stuff comes in, we still have to get rid of stuff because we don't have a place to put it. Just with the kids too, for them to get a new toy, they got to get rid of one that they have, because we have milk crates for them. If their toys don't fit in the amount of milk crates that they have for themselves, then they don't get any more toys. So it was all about downsizing and figuring out what works and what is just clutter in your life and what is actually, you know, adding something.
I want to back up just a little bit. One of the things that I began to notice in the kids as they began to have more and more toys is they began to not value the toys like they should, because the more they had, the less important the toys began to be, and the more toys that they would want. So they thought that it would make them happy for them to have the next toy, and that's the case with adults too. You think that next item is going to bring you happiness. It may for a brief moment, and then that happiness surpasses. So that new toy brings them happiness for the moment, but then the next few days they forget all about that toy, and they end up fighting over another toy.
And an old one that they've had that's half broken, and you know, or a cardboard box, or a stick to play with outside. It's all, I don't know. It's just kids.
We've been bought in so much to consumerism, and I'm not a minimalist, but I am interested in the minimalism principles because there's a lot of value in them. And for those of you who don't know what minimalism is, it is basically getting rid of the distractions in your life and really intentionally having the things that bring more intention and value to your life and to those around you. So I've been really trying to narrow it down. Also, I had an opportunity to listen to Ben Hartman, who wrote a book, The Lean Farmer, and applying the minimalism principles even out on the farm, because we've been gathering this stuff, and you have to stop and ask, is this stuff really making my life easier, my life better, so that I can live the life that I want to live? So those are things that I would like for you all to consider as well. As I'm talking about it, I am too. And to continue to consider it in how we live our life inside our homes, outside our homes, and for those of you who have a farm and homestead, think about those things as well. Think about purchasing the things that just bring value to your life, not to just buy things because it feels good at the moment and you think that it'll bring you happiness. If you're thinking about buying something, don't buy it right away. Think about it and see if that desire wanes. If it doesn't wane and you can see it bringing actual value in your life and helping you to live a more efficient lifestyle, then go with it.
And let us know, like, what have you found? What have you found are some must-haves that you can't live without, that have to be on your homestead or farm or in your home, and share that with others so that, you know, maybe we can reevaluate what we have, and maybe that's a good option for us to have that can replace a couple things, because it's always nice to have one thing that does multiple jobs.
And with minimalism, that doesn't mean buying things on the cheap either. That means actually buying things of value that bring value to your life. And with that said, for those of you who will be purchasing things for like Cyber Monday and at this time of year, there's some products that I really believe in that I think can bring value to you and your farm. And I've talked about them before, but Bootstrap Farmer is a great company and they provide high quality products that can bring value and help you out to be more efficient on your farm. And they're doing a promotion this week or today only for their grow bags, but in case you want to purchase from them later on, you can also check out our Amazon link, and we have that information below, and we receive just a little bit from that, so that helps us out here on our farm. Also, Forward Farm Tech, who we have the Kelvin cultivator from, the flame weeder, they're also running 10% off on their products all this week, so make sure you check them out. You can get 10% off their Broadfork or 10% off their Kelvin cultivator, and that's a fantastic savings.
I know a lot of people this time of year are buying gifts for their loved ones, and I'm going to challenge you. Instead of buying a gift, take the money that you would spend on that gift and buy an experience. Go to lunch with them, talk with them, you know, even write them a letter. You don't even have to spend any money at all, or, you know, postage. Send a real letter. Because everybody loves to get mail, especially handwritten mail from somebody that you love. I know it always makes me feel good whenever I get a letter, and I know other people are like that too. So instead of buying stuff for you, for someone else, take that and apply it to a relationship.
A lot of times we think that we can just buy love, and we don't necessarily think that consciously, but that's kind of what we do. We try to express our actions just through buying stuff, but actually try to actually connect with a person. Think about connecting. Well, that's it for this vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Just a little bit of insight on, and maybe hopefully make us all think about things and live a better life so that we can all grow on. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Feel free to leave a comment below, even if it's just to say, hey. Also, make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. So, subscribe and sign up to receive notifications each time we release a new video. Also, you may want to check out these videos right here. And also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time.